I have a very important question to ask you. What did the sushi say to the bee? Wasabi! Anyway, let's get back into the game. Patch 10.1, we got some gnarly, interesting changes, a lot of PvP talent changes. So we gotta take into consideration this. This is gonna be interesting, and because I primarily cover Disc Priests, there are some very hefty PvP talents for Priests coming in. So stay tuned. Here we go. We're going to go through everything. It's pretty quick. It should be a rapid fire through. So balance, second Moonfire doesn't generate Astral Power. Their Astral Power was buffed, so it's a relevant change. These are all bug fixes. This is a big one for Holy Paladins. If any guys play Holy Paladins, Avenging Crusader is the melee wings. Has a redesign. You become the Ultimate Crusader of Life for 12 seconds. Crusader Strike. So basically what they changed on this, because this is mostly the same, they made it so that instead of 3 allies, it's 5. But instead of it being full on everybody, it's now being split. So they jumped this number up a lot, and it's going to be evenly split to everybody. I don't know how much that changes. I haven't played it enough to give a good opinion on it. I saw Borngood tweeted about like this being a good change. I feel like in total it doesn't feel like it's going to change anything outside of it healing more allies. Maybe that's the thing that's good about it, maybe in PvE, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but this doesn't seem like too drastic of a change. This is exactly what they need to do with Fist Weaving. Like, I can't stress this enough. Fist Weaving needs to have a cooldown. Fist Weaving, like Way of the Crane, call it like Crane of Chi-Ji, I don't know. Make it a cooldown, because Melee Wings is in a good place because you have a balance of zugging in and having really good heals, and then actually having to play your class. Fist Weaving, if you guys have played into Fist Weaving, it is a absolute menace, because either your comp completely roasts it, or you can't do anything, and you just sit there and wait to lose, because it's infinite damage. If your comp does not have CC to stop them, it's just infinite healing forever, and you just can't do anything about it. Also, from the gameplay perspective, from someone who played a lot of Fist Weaving themselves, I'm being completely open, like honest. My opinion on this, like, is the reason I don't play it anymore. I hate to bring in light to it, but you lose. You're not a Mistweaver when, like, the current design. You're not a Mistweaver. You literally walk in there, you keep up that one buff, Ancient Teachings, and you just press 1, 2, 3, Tiger Palm, Black Hook Kick, Rising Sun Kick. That's literally all you do. You do not need to press Renewing Mist. You do not need to press Enveloping Mist. You don't need to use any of your normal toolkit. That's not good design in my eyes. I think there should be a way that you're weaving things in. Like, you have a portion, literally what Way of the Crane was in Legion. Like, so you would play normal, but then you would have opportunities to do some big healing and big damage in there. That's where it should be. That's my opinion. I think that's really what it should come back to. Hopefully they get to that point, because the current Fist Weaving is, lack of a word, it's garbage, man. Like, it's really RNG based. Obviously they're going to change it a bit in 10.1, but it's not interactive at all to play into. You either crush it or you get crushed by it. No middle ground. There's not much outplay to it. Anyways, that's my side tangent. We're getting into Priest here. So we have Shadow or Death, cooldown reduced to 10 seconds. So baseline, it is 10 seconds. Okay? This is going to be paired with, obviously, the removal of the PvP talent, but this is really good because I love this PvP talent, because with the Expiation, I use Shadow or Death all the time, and just, convenience for, like, polys and stuff like that. Enduring Luminescence, so this was your, reduce the cooldown of Radiance before, now also reduces the cast time of it. Oh, interesting. So maybe you can not... Powered Radiance now has a spell school of Radiant. Whoa! Yo, hold up. Okay, this might be nice. So, with this, you may actually not need Ultimate Radiance. So you're going to get another school of casts, and it's 30% quicker. So if you spec into Enduring Luminescence, you can actually just cast Ultimate Radiance while you're kicked on Flash Heal. Is that what if I'm not mistaken, that's what this is. That would be really interesting. I don't know about giving Disc Priest 3 schools of magic, especially with nerfing interrupts, but I'm all for it if it's removing Ultimate Radiance. I hate that Ultimate Radiance is a mandatory PvP talent, especially maybe they're doing this because they're adding new PvP talents, as we'll see in a second. But yeah, that's a very interesting change. I'm kind of interested to see that. So Shadow, there are so many Shadow talents on here. Shadow Crash nerfed. Damage nerfed. This damage was really high, by the way. 70% is huge, though. So they reduced the cooldown. And doesn't, I don't think it applies VT anymore, by the way. Based on the last changes. Death of Madness reduced. Okay. Generate more Insanity. Death Speaker, trigger rate increased. I don't know what Death Speaker does now. Oh, that's the Shadow Word Death talent. Okay, that's like you get like random procs for full deaths. Increases the tempo. Whoa, okay, so like they're really making the Shadow Word Death thing a thing. Especially with removing, dropping down the base cooldown of it. New talent, Distorted Reality. Increase the damage of Devouring Plague by 20%, but Devouring Plague deals its damage over 12 seconds, and its Insanity cost is increased. Interesting. I wish they'd go back to like a stacking modifier on it, kind of like how the old DP was. I thought that was interesting. Surge of Insanity. Surge of Insanity moved to, okay, Daring Plague. Oh, into damage, so they're buffing. They're moving. This is good. I like that they're moving damage to DP. I think that was a good way to display their damage or split their damage. I think that's a very good change there. So there's a lot of changes. I'm not going to fully understand all these because I didn't read all the other 10.1 stuff, but Flame Shock's the spell protection from control of lava is now baseline. Oh no. This is a buff to Ellie. That means you don't have to take this talent, and Ellie's have some good talents. Whether it's Static Shield, that totem that they're gonna be able to take now, or I don't know what some of the other ones are. But Hex, I think there's a Hex one and a Purge one. Wow, that is very interesting. Okay, here we go. PvP talents. Interlope has been redesigned. Misdirection now causes your pet to redirect your next 3 hostile spells on your target. I think this was added in the last patches, but it looks like it's more solidified now. 15 seconds, your pet must be within 20 yards. So I don't like this, but maybe this is me, because you know what this is? This is a grounding totem for your pet. So if I'm not mistaken, like if you're about to get cloned or polyed, you could press this and you could just not get cloned and your pet gets cloned. That seems really, I don't know how strong it's going to be, because it's 15 seconds, but the cooldown increase. I don't know what the cooldown is now, but the pet must be within 20 yards. That's a really good spell. It is a cool skill cap thing, but we'll see how strong. Make sure that, hopefully that's not too short of a cooldown. Like that should be a 1-minute cooldown, at least. All right, Frost Mage, Frost Bomb increased. Dispelling Frost Bomb before it's frozen now and grants you a charge of Brain Freeze. Okay, I think that's fair, because Frost Bomb was such a cool ability that they added in Dragonflight, but I don't think anyone really use. All right, these are the big motherfuckers. Priest, new PvP talent, and no, these are for everybody. Whoa. Okay, give me a second. Step into the shadows when you cast Fade, avoiding all talents. Oh man, I hate this. This is like Greater Fade again. Obviously, it's a shorter duration, which is great, but I don't like. Maybe this will be okay. Maybe this is really short, because Greater Fade was like 4 seconds, right? Of just immunity to all CC. You are interrupt sound effect, so you can still interrupt during this, but you can use this to immune CC. Cool skill cap thing. I don't like immunities. Just personal preference. I don't think they're good for the game. I don't know what it doesn't say what the cooldown is on it either. We'll have to see that. Phase Shift has been added to the personal use part. Okay, this is the big one here. This is the fucking big one. Leap of Faith also pulls the spirit of 3 furthest allies and distributes health between them and your affected allies. So you're gonna literally have a spirit link on a 1-minute cooldown? Because if you spec into Leap of Faith talent, you're gonna have a 1-minute cooldown Leap of Faith. Also pulls the spirit of 3 furthest allies within 40 yards to distribute health. That might have a little, like a spirit link totem effect every 1 minute. We're gonna have to see that further, because as it stands, especially if Shadow has this, like, forget about it. That's insane. They remove the short death, and they remove the Leap of Faith talent. Okay. Oh boy. I'm so happy they did this. Okay. So Stormkeeper increased lightning bolt damage by 30% for elemental was 115. The reason they did this is because Stormkeeper is going to be proccing really often with the tier set. So really, really happy to see that. I saw the tier set for Ellie and I was like, what the fuck? So I'm glad to see that there. Lightning bolt damage increased by, okay, never mind. There, so it's so baseline. I guess you don't really cast lightning bolt. Maybe that's why they're doing that. I guess that makes sense. And ultimately it's going to be A little bit nerfed, 30% nerfed. Okay. Cast Lightning Bolt with Surge of Power causes 1 additional. Wow. So they're trying to encourage you to cast Lightning Bolt and not just be a fucking Lava Burst proc spec. Control Lava obviously was removed. Volcanic Surge, new talent. Increase the damage. What? 20%? You can't add PvP talents like this. You can't do this because it's so dumb. I hate this because like it's mandatory. Like this is like there's so many classes that just have a mandatory talent. Why would you ever not take a flat 20% buff to half your damage? That's disappointing. Lava Surge instead reduces the cast time of your next lightning bolt. Oh shit. Okay, that makes sense. I'm sorry, I overreacted. So basically, if you take this, you do more damage, but you're not gonna have instant casts. At a max, you'll have 50% casts. I'm sorry, I overreacted there. But okay, that's interesting. So it's gonna force you to cast, but you'll do 20% more damage. That's a good talent. Completely fuck me. Sorry. Thunder Charge has been removed. I don't think really anyone used it. That was like a CDR thing. Bane of Fragility. That was like a reduce your health thing. I don't think anyone really used that. Cremation was removed. I think people use that. That was like something with Conflag, right? Maybe I'm wrong with that. Call Fellhunter. Ooh. This is interesting. Maybe I don't know all the demonology changes in the patch, but Call Fellhunter's their kick. Maybe they're getting rid of kick for demo again. I mean, it used to be like that. And then now, but they still have their Axos kick. Maybe they're only gonna give them Axos kick. Pleasure Through Pain has been removed. So that's the that was a 15% bonus to like shadow bolt damage and shit, shadow damage in general. Wow. These are some really interesting PvP changes. I'm very interested to see how this goes. This is phase shift is cool. Not really a fan, honestly, but it will be cool to play. No doubt, like being able to it's kind of skill shot, because this is a really short duration. Like you're gonna have to do this at the very end of a polycast. It's like oh, that's gonna be annoying as fuck. Combined with Shadow or Death for like polys, and you can also just immune it. That's not good. That's not good. I don't like this. Don't like this. And then this is insane the way it sounds. We'd have to kind of see it in action. So, wow. All right. More impactful changes than I thought I would see, honestly. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe if you guys like each other's content. I'm going to be putting out a tier list video just after this as well. So make sure you guys check that out and have a great rest of your day. See you later.